Hi everyone, today I'll be working with a German Shepherd who will be learning more recalls and focusing games. I will be training with a clicker. A clicker is a fantastic training tool because sometimes a dog has a hard time with understanding exactly what you want from them. So the clicker is kind of like a flash of a camera. So you want to make that click at the exact moment where you see a perfect picture of what you want your dog doing. So eventually that click will translate to I get a treat, I get a toy, or I get general affection. So first I'll teach how to prime a clicker. So basically all you're doing is you're teaching your dog to associate the click with a treat. And he doesn't have to do anything special, it's just click and treat. And you'll know when you've primed the clicker when your dog is looking at something else and then they hear the click and then they look for the treat. So if you saw, I kind of paused a little bit and waited for him to look away so that when he heard the click, I wanted to kind of test if he knew that he was anticipating a treat. So you could see a few times where he did. And the treats I'm using is just dehydrated liver. I like to use treats that have minimal ingredients because you decrease the amount of diarrhea a dog could have. And I don't want my clients being unhappy with a dog that comes home with diarrhea. So I'm just gonna wait until he looks away to kind of test, whether or not he understands that the click means a treat, which I think he's getting it. So now we'll get into our recalls. A lot of complaints that I get from owners is that their dogs won't come to them when called. And I found out that a lot of the reason this is because the owners only call their dogs in when it's time to go inside. So the dog knows, oh, if mom or dad tells me to come, it means my playtime is over. So what you want to do is you want to call them multiple times while they're outside so that it doesn't mean that playtime's over. It just means, oh, okay, I come see mom or dad for a treat or for some affection. It's a good thing. And then I get a double reward because not only do I get to see my mom or my dad, I also get to go back to playing. So, and you want to start with a short distance and then you want to extend the distance. So even if you're in your house, it doesn't matter, just in your kitchen, you could be using your dog's breakfast or dinner, just use kibble. It doesn't matter. You know, it's still rewarding to your dog. I'm just going to move around, and anytime he comes to me, I'm just going to click and treat. And you want to click anytime he starts to acknowledge that he's on his way to you. So it's usually when they make eye contact. There you go. Just the act of coming is a good job to your dog. And you don't want to add a cue of come until your dog has done it consecutively multiple times. Because what you'll be doing is if you name it too prematurely, your dog will think like that imperfect time where he wasn't doing it perfectly is okay. So you just want to wait until it's consistent, at least like 5 or 10 times. And I just wait for that eye contact, and when he starts to walk just a little bit, and that's when I click and I treat. And the beauty about a clicker is you don't have to give the treat right away. So even if he's far away from me and I see him look up and give me that eye contact and I know he's coming towards me, that's still rewarding because he hears the click, and that's actually a reward because he associates it with a treat. So the sound alone is rewarding because he'll probably start salivating, and again, that's just a reward on its own. Let's come. Let's come. Good. And you want to make it fun. You want your dog to want to be near you. Let's come. Good job. Let's come. Let's come. Let's come. Let's come. And another good way for you to test this behavior is bringing in something that your dog really likes. So you could either throw a ball like this. I don't know if he's going to like it, but you could throw it, and while he's going to get it, you could tell him to come. Or you could have another dog out that he really wants to play with. So we'll test him and see how it goes. You want this? You want this? You want this? You want this? Okay. Let's come. Let's come. Good boy. Very good job. Look at the toy. Look at the toy. Good job. Good job. Let's come. Good. Okay. So I don't know if the camera caught that, but he went to go get it first, even though I told him to come. So I didn't keep saying, let's come, let's come, let's come, let's come. You say it one time. If they don't do it, you wait a few minutes, and then say it again. So once he got it, he was like, I don't know, is she gonna take my toy away? Is this the end of play? I could see him thinking about that. And eventually he did come to me. He dropped the toy, he took the treat. So that's really good progress. So we'll see if he does it again. Let's come. Good job. Where's your toy? Let's get your toy. You want this? You want this? You want this? Ready? Here. Let's come. Let's come. Let's come. Good job, buddy. Good job. And you want this to be happy. You want to have a smile on your face, because a dog's not going to want to come to you if you're like, get here right now. And I understand that sometimes when our dogs run away, we're human. We want to do something like that. So every once in a while, if you want to, increase the sternness of your voice so that that's no longer something of fear, but rather, it's just more training for the dog, you could try to do that. There's some trainers that are just naturally like, come here, and the dogs come, and they don't associate it with something bad. So it just depends on, what your training style is like and how you normally talk to your dog. So if my dogs run away, I try to not think about the actual act of them running away, and I just try to make me sound as exciting as possible so that they want to come to me. So that's also another tool that you could use. Just, in your highest pitched voice, just say, come, 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 come. In other instances, I've heard that if you jump up and down, anything to kind of get your dog's attention towards you, because usually they're just like running in the distance, whatever they're chasing, and it's kind of end of story. You're going to end up getting in your car and trying to get them. But yeah, just try to get their attention and get them to come to you, and hopefully it's successful. I hope you enjoyed that video on recalls. Again, what I'm going to do next is I'm probably going to get another dog to see how this dog is doing with his recall, and also teaching him that just because I tell him to come to me doesn't mean that his playtime is over. Okay.